So I want, a couple of founders, CEOs here. I wanted to, kind of ask you the question, what specific, technology trend is going on in the market right now that, people who are, experienced want to get into the industry, or people who are entering the industry for fresh should look at, Raghu?
So, thanks to all the technology advancements which Intel and Juniper is doing, um, I would like to go back a little bit and see what happened, you know, 25 to 30 years back. How did we reach here to be one of the best design powerhouse? Right now, in the chip design, we are second to none. Rather, we are the best in the world, right? Look at every multinational which has a chip design to be done. They have a design center in India, and which meant that we are owners of the end-to-end as a product, which means that we are doing everything in India. How did we achieve this, and what do we need to do more there in a design standpoint? So 25 to 30 years back, there was some phenomena that happened. We just did not reach here to be best in the world in chip design, right? So let me put three people there. The government, industry, and academia. All three came together to do something which is unique. And now when we look back 30 years, oh yeah, we are the best now. Government came up with programs like Special Manpower Development Program under Ministry of IT, which was earlier called Department of Electronics. That program necessitated that there were tools available. The labs were set up in the IITs and ITs and the other colleges. They took this program. Now this is the fourth or the fifth version of the program running, which means that close to 150 to 200 colleges have now VLSI lab setup, have now all the best in class vendor tools available there, which means that students are necessitated to use these tools in the fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth semester, do projects, do FPGA design, do small designs, and not get into a mode where 20 years back when we used to see students copying projects, now they don't. Now they really get their hands on because labs are available, tools are available. Train the trainers. There are professors who are trained, the lectures were trained, and all that. So that phenomena changed a little bit. Then second was how did the industry come about? When Ministry of IT started this program, industry also, the three tool EDA vendors like Cadence, Mentor, Synopsys, all three of them came together and did some donation program, did some program with which the tools were available to ministry, and they gave it to so the industry came about. What did academia do? Academia made sure that these were deployed rather than keeping it on the shelf. These were deployed, these were used. EDA guys came and supported. Academia made sure that the designs are available. Industry came and supported. Now we have center of excellences in some of these institutes, and this is beautifully working now. So there was a concentrated effort that went about. Now, what do we need to do more? So this is just 150 college, 120 college. But there is a huge ecosystem of more colleges in some of the remotest area, right? Bangalore is self-sufficient, Hyderabad is self-sufficient, Pune might be self-sufficient. But what's happening in Odisha? What's happening in the remotest part of Andhra? What's happening in Gujarat? We need to look at some of those colleges also and see how we could replicate this. Case in point is that when I do still go to colleges to talk about what is happening and stuff like that, there somewhere students are still caught in the bug of software design, get into the bug of app design. So the core electronics per se is waning down a little bit. So maybe we should go to those colleges, tell about core electronics. So students should come back to take these programs, learn VHDL, Verilog, now System Verilog, and then do projects, and then then we'll have the Qualcomm, Intel, and Juniper going there and hiring people. So I think some of those initiatives need to be done, which is why if you look at Minister Ashwini Vaishnav's video, the last video that he released when he announced the fab in OSAT, he did give out a picture about an ecosystem drawing, the manpower development drawing and all that. So he also feels that the government should go back and talk to these people. So I believe that whatever we did in the last 30 years, look at the finishing schools. Two CDAC alumni, they ran a program AXE to proliferate VLSI. A lot of other finishing schools, Maven Silicon, Sandeepini, Veda IIT, and few others were giving these programs for students who came out of engineering college. They took these programs of VLSI diploma, 6 months, 8 months, 12 months program, and then the industry absorbed them. So should we have a finishing school, or should we have these finishing schools move to the colleges? Is something that we can look at. Now this is the past. What do we need to do in manufacturing, which is now the wave, which is now India is looking at setting up semiconductor manufacturing. Now there again, we don't have expertise. We don't have trained manpower at all level, at the lateral level and at the engineering graduates level. So some of us have started to look at seeing what do we need to do now to put manufacturing at a level which we did for design. Manufacturing meaning, our colleague spoke about, legacy packages which are there, which are the wire bond technologies which were there, the substrate-based design which were there. So those kind of packages, and then I heard co-package optics and stuff like that. So these are 2-3 kinds of technology from a semiconductor design standpoint. These should be taught now. these should come into the colleges. There should be center of excellence that should be created so that, and we don't take now 30 years, maybe take another 5 years and get into the wave of manufacturing, because this is the need of the hour, which we believe. And some of us have started to talk to colleges and see how do we enable these colleges to look at manufacturing along with design, because that would be a requirement as we move on. Some reports say that 1 lakh engineers are required in the area of manufacturing, because there is Tata putting up a silicon fab and a OSAT plant. There is CG Power putting a plant for OSAT. There is Kaynes Semicon putting a plant. There is Kaynes doing bareboard PCB. So and all these are newer functions and newer areas which would need engineers, to be trained and coached in the colleges and then come into the market.